Open world games like Dying Light 2 can be a little overwhelming when you first start, and you undoubtedly have loads of questions. What is safe to sell? What are the best starting skills? Should I be trying to kill all of these zombies? Well, we've got answers to those questions to get you off to a running start in your first few hours of Dying Light 2. We've put together this beginner's guide with 22 tips and tricks. Let's get started. Loot everything. Your survivor sense is your best friend. It reveals all of the loot around you that you can pick up, and trust me when I say you will miss out on items without it because they are a little hard to see. Spam your survivor sense, it is free, and there is no limit to your backpack space for crafting materials and valuables. Some quests are retroactive as well, so you will automatically complete them as soon as you get them just from the items in your backpack. You don't have to kill every zombie you see. The majority of zombies you see out in the streets are more like set pieces for the world, and outside of quest areas don't really offer much. The only time I personally killed zombies out on the streets was when I was really close to leveling up my combat skill. Other than that, I just ran past them. There's a faster way to ignite the propane tanks. If you're finding the propane tanks a little too hard to set up and throw, you can actually use your kick to set them off on the ground. And if you're smart with the timing, you can let the zombies walk straight into them. It is way more effective. Play with confidence and use block well. Unless you're playing on nightmare difficulty, the normal zombies can be dealt with quite sharpish and are only ever really a threat in numbers. Same goes for the human enemies. Keep up an aggressive playstyle and block often. Parkour everywhere, don't run on the streets. Your parkour skill levels up for every move you do, so stick to the rooftops that are filled with obstacles and jumps for you to level it up quickly. Speaking of leveling up quickly, prioritize gear with XP bonuses for faster progression. The quality of gear you're able to find is tied to your character's overall level. You get better weapons and armor when your tier goes up. Don't be afraid to play at night. If you want even more experience, playing at night will net you bonus XP to your character, combat, and parkour level for doing so. The risks are higher at night, but once again, play with confidence and you'll be fine. You'll know when the day and night cycle is about to start and end by the sound of a bell ringing. The best early skill to get. There are a few options to choose from with skills, and there is no wrong skill to choose per se, but without a shadow of a doubt, dropkick is by far the best skill in the whole game and should absolutely be the first combat skill you work towards. Prioritize stamina over health. If you're playing aggressively, you're going to be swinging your weapons, parkour combating, and drop kicking all of the time, which takes up stamina. The more stamina you have, the more swinging of swords and drop kicking you're able to do without rest. Also, it makes parkouring around the map so much more efficient. Defending yourself is pretty easy with blocks, so you shouldn't be taking up too much damage to warrant maxing out health first. And anyways, enemies can't hit you if they're already dead from your unrelenting sword swings. What do campfires do? Around the map, you'll see little campfires that will slowly heal you, but mainly you get to hear a little bit of lore about the world and the people living in it. Binoculars. If you find a high vantage point, remember to take out your binoculars and have a look around. You'll mark loads of points of interest on your map, like GRE facilities, safe houses, and airdrops. Speaking of airdrops, they have loads of valuable loot in them, but are very challenging to get to. You better brush up on your parkour skills. Safe houses. Try and find as many safe houses as possible. They serve as respawn points if you die, so you won't have to run all the way back from home base. Or if you trigger a chase at night, you can always run there for safety as well. What loot is safe to sell? This is a burning question in every single open world game, and rightly so, because you don't want to sell something that you'll later need, right? The answer is you're free to sell everything that is marked miscellaneous valuables in the goods tab. There's also a sell all valuables button too. When you level up your overall character, the shops and vendors refresh and update to your new level, so go and check them out for new gear and weapons. And remember, the vendors are not all the same. They all sell different loot, so make sure you go and check them out. Side note, you'll find some of the best stuff at the vendor outside of the fisheye. You want to make sure that you're upgrading your blueprints over time. They make your equipment so much more effective. The blueprint upgrades vary from vendor to vendor as well, so make sure you go and check them all out. It costs a pretty penny, but it is worth it. Like for example, the lockpick upgrades will have you brute force easy locks and so on the higher level the lockpick blueprint is. Additionally, it's worth noting that you should always have lockpicks on you. Nearly every mission has something you need a lockpick for. Use your weapons. You're going to pick up some fancy weapons along your travels, but don't get too attached to them. Use them up while they are strong. Do not save them because you want every bit of damage you can to make questing easier. You'll get new weapons frequently, so don't worry. Also, sell the weapons you know you won't be needing, because if you're spamming Survivor Sense on autopilot, like I said, you're going to pick up a ton of crappy weapons by accident. Sell them and make a quick buck. Also about weapons, another hot question I know you're going to be asking is what is going on with weapon durability? We couldn't find a repair button anywhere, so when your weapon breaks, that is it, done. But we did find a trick. You can extend durability to weapons that have mod slots. So the hack is to use a weapon unmodded until it's low durability and then add weapon mods to extend it even further. Always check your inventory and equipped gear. Once again, Survivor Sense will have you picking up stuff that you didn't even realize. If you remember, take a second to check your inventory for armor to see if you've got something better. I always seem to forget because the weapons and armor are on separate tabs. If you're not in a rush, when meeting people in the world for quests, you have a few dialogue options and you'll miss out on a lot of the lore and story if you only choose the definitive yellow dialogue options. Shake it up a little bit and talk. Sometimes it can even lead to a side quest. A great combo you should remember is using firecrackers to get zombies to group up together and then using a Molotov to burn the living daylights out of them. It can make light work of large groups of zombies, and it sort of reminds me of the monkey bomb and grenade combo in Call of Duty Zombies. In Dying Light 2, you can only dodge twice in a row. On the third dodge, you actually fall over, so bear that in mind when spamming dodge during combat. Additionally though, you can animation cancel your attacks by dodging if you time it right. This will allow you to dodge however many times you want. There you have it, 22 tips and tricks to get you started in Dying Light 2 Stay Human. I actually think there was more than 22 in there, but feel free to share your own tips and tricks or anything cool you found out down in the comments. Let's help everyone as well. My name is Durrani from VG247. We have more guides over on VG247.com, so make sure you go and check them out. See you later everyone. Peace.